Hello students, welcome to Basic Education Mathematics P1 May June 2025. This paper has total marks is 150 and time is 3 hours. So the first question we have is x squared minus 3x minus 10 equals to 0. So we are going to factorize this equation and get the values of x. So I take two numbers. When I add or subtract them, the answer will be 3x. And when I multiply these numbers, the answer will be minus 10. So let's start. We have an x squared minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 equals to 0. So as you can see that when minus 5 plus 2, we do, the answer is minus 3. And when I multiply minus 5 with plus 2, answer is minus 10. So let's do the next part. We have to take common x from these two terms, like x, and when I taking the x common, we have left x, and over here, minus 5. Then I take 2 common from these two terms. We take 2 and x is plus 2. When I take common from minus 10, it becomes minus 5. Okay, so we have x plus 2 and this common value x minus 5. Now we have to make the values. We have an x plus 2 equals to 0. And we have x minus 5 equals to 0. So x equals to plus 2. We have a plus 2 on this side. When we take the plus 2 to this side, becomes minus 2. And x minus 5 over here, and we take to the other side, it becomes positive 5. Now we have the values of x, which is x equals to minus 2 and 5. This is the answer of this question. So let's move to the next question. The next question, we have 3x squared plus 6x plus 1 equals to 0, correct to the decimal places. So we apply the quadratic equation in this because we have an a equals to 3, b equals to 6, and c equals to 1. Okay, so we have, what is the quadratic equation we have? We have an x because we have a variable x. So I take x equals to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac and the whole term divided by 2a. Now I've just put the values in this equation. So we have an x equals to minus 6 plus minus square root of 6 squared minus 4. What is the value of A? Is 3, and the value of C is 1. So I just put the values over here, and it divided this term by 2 into 3. Now, minus 6 plus minus square root of 36. Square root of 6 is 36 minus 12. Okay? And I divided this term by 6. Now, we have the values which is minus 6 plus minus square root of 36 minus 12. The answer is 24. And divided by 6. Okay? Now, what we have to do, we have two values, positive value and negative value. So I divided my values like we have an x equals to minus 6 plus minus, we have 4 multiplied with 6 becomes 24, and we have 6. Now I take minus 6 plus minus 2 square root of 6 by 6. Now this value becomes, we say that if we common 2 from this, we have minus 6 plus minus square root of 6 divided by 6. Now 2, 1, 2, 3 is 6. Now this value becomes over here, x equals to minus 6 plus square root of 6 by 3. And we have x equals to minus 6 minus square root of 6 by 3. Oh, sorry, we have a 3 over here. And we do the mistake, little bit mistake, so I correct it. We have 3, and over here also 3. That sounds good. Because we take two common, so it becomes 3, okay? Now we have to just solve these terms and we get the answer. No, when we're solving this, now when we simplify this, we have the value is, answer is minus 0.183, and when I get the answer of this simplified by these values, we get the answer is minus 1.181. So this is the place, this is the answer. We get x equals to minus 0.183, and we have another answer, minus 1.181. So this is the answer of this question. So let's move to the next question. We have 1.13. So in this question, we have 2 power of x plus 4 plus 2 power x equals to 8704, okay? So how we solve this question? We have 2x, we take the power of 2x common from this question, and we have the value 2 power of 4 left, and then plus 1 equals to 8704. Now, 2x, and what is the answer of 2 power of 4? Like we have to multiply 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 16 plus 1 equals to 8704. So 2x, 16 plus 1 is 17. We have 8704. Okay? Now, what we have to do the next? We have just simply do, we have 2 power of x equals to 8704 divided by 17. All right? So 2 power of x equals to, the answer is 512. Now we have to convert 512 to the power of 2. What's the power of 2? The answer will be 5 to 1. So if I take the power of 2 is 9, so the answer will be 512. Okay, so I cancel out these 2's and get the answer x equals to 9. Okay, so this is the answer we have. So the next question we have an x minus 8 into x plus 4 less or equals to 0. What that mean? Like the answer of this product which is less or equals to 0. So we get the values of x from this question. So I take minus x minus 8 equals to 0, and we get x plus 2 equals to 0. So when we take x minus 8 to this side, we get 8. And over here, when we take minus 2, plus 2 to this side, we have minus 2. Okay, so how we write this equation? Like we say that minus 2 less or equal to x, and x less or equals to 8 means that x belongs to, we say that minus 2 and 8. Okay, so how you say that, like it converts me in this when we have the parabola shape. Okay, so x equals to 8 is consisting over here, and x equals to minus 2. Okay, we write it like that. X equals to minus 2b over here, because this is values of x, and this is we have a y, and this is we have minus y minus x, and this column is plus x. Okay, So this is the answer of this question. We have the critical values, which is about, we can say that x equals to 8 and x equals to -2. Okay. So the next question we have is 1.15, which is x plus 3 square root of x plus 2 is equals to 2. We have to simplify this equation and get the values of x. So how we get the values? We take x plus 3 square root of x plus 2 equals to 2. So I take this x to this side. We have 3 square root of x plus 2 and 2 minus x. All right. Now I'm taking the square root on both sides. When you put the square root on both sides like this, okay? So what the value of is, we take 9 into x plus 2, and as you know about that, square root equals to 1 by 2, all right? So this value is cut by this square, and as you know about that, the formula is a square minus, sorry, we have a minus b whole square formula, which is equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab. So I apply this formula over here. We have a 4 plus x square minus 4x. All right. Now we simplify the equation. 9x plus 18 equals to 4 plus x square minus 4x. All right. So I'm just simplify the equation and get the values of x. How I simplify? Like, we have x square minus 4x minus 9x plus 4 minus 18, which is equals to 0, okay? So x squared, and where the value is 9 plus 4, 9 minus 9 and minus 4. We do the addition and sign will be minus, okay? We have 13x, and now we have a 14 equals to 0. So what I do, the similar, we have to factorize the equation. We have an x squared minus 14x plus x minus 14 equals to 0, okay? So we have to find out the values of x. So what we have to do? So we take the x common from these two terms. We have x minus 14 left. And there we have take plus 1 common. We have left x minus 14 into equals to 0, okay? Now x plus 1 and x minus 14 equals to 0, all right? So what the values we get? We get x equals to plus 1 equals to 0 and x minus 14 equals to 0. So x equals to minus 1 and x equals to plus 14. So now the values of x is, we have minus 1 and plus 14. All right? These are the values of this equation. Now we have to that our answer is correct for x equals to minus 1 or x equals to 14. Now we have to put the value of 14 in this equation. The equation we have is x plus 3, okay? So I just copy this equation and we have to put this equation over there, all right? Okay, I am just put my values of x in this equation and check whether the answer is minus 1 is correct for us or 14. So when I put the answer is 14 into x, like 3 square root of 14 plus 2 equals to 2. Okay, now 14 plus 3, we have 14 plus 16 equals to 2, and 14 plus 3 into 4 equals to 2. So as you can see that our answer is not equals, because 14 plus 12 is not equals to 2. Means that means that from this we can say that x is not equals to 14, okay? And how we say, now we have to put, like, we can say it is not equals to 2. So we have right equation over here, plus 3 square root of x plus 2 equals to 2, okay? Now I'm going to put -1, okay? So I just put -1. I just put -1 instead of, so -1, 3 into 1. So as you can see that 2 equals to 3. So we can say that our answer is correct when x equals to -1. All right? And x is not equals to 14. So move to the next question. We have a question about 1.2. A rectangle having sides of y minus 3 meters and x plus 2 meters has a perimeter of the 24 meters and an area of 32 square meters. Calculate the value of x and y. We have rectangle like that, okay? So its sides, y is sides equals to y minus 3 and x side is x plus 2. Okay? So what we have to find in this? Now, as you can see that we have to calculate the values of x and y. So we say that we have a length, these are the length and these are the breadth of this rectangle, okay? So as you can see that the formula of parameter of the rectangle is 2p equals to 2l plus 2b. So we can write it like that, 2 into l plus b, all right? Because we have two lengths and two breadths are equal, okay? So, and area is, we can say that area equals to length multiplied by width. And we can say that area is equals to, we say length is y minus 3, and we can say x plus 2 is its breadth. Okay, and area, as you know that the area of the square meter is 32. All right. So I'm writing it like over here as our equation. Okay. So I am writing over here area is equals to AL multiplied by width. So we have an area 32 and we have y minus 3 and x plus 2. All right, so I'm going to give the name of this equation. We can say that it is 1. All right, now, we have the parameter p, which is, I tell you over here, is p equals to 2l. We have a 2l. L is y minus 3. And b, we put the value of b, which is, we have x plus 2. Okay? So we have p equals to 2 into what? What the value is we have? X plus y, and minus 3 plus 2 becomes -1. All right. So we have the value of p is 24. We put the value parameter 2 into x plus y minus 1. So I'm over here, it multiply with 2, and when we take it to this side, it divide 24. So we can say, right, we can write it like that. X plus y minus 1 equals to 12, and x plus y equals to 12 plus 1, which becomes 13, all right? So I am writing, we have to now x plus y equals to 13. So now it's your choice firstly you want to take the value of x and y. So I'm going with y, all right? So I take the value of y from this equation. So we have the y equals to 13 minus x. So I say that this equation is 2. Now, I'm going to put the value of 2 in equation 1. All right? So I'm putting the values of equation 2 in equation 1. So what the value is it? We have equation 2, equation 1 is 32 equals to y minus 3. So y, the value of y, we have 13 minus x and minus 3. Okay, because this is the value of y. And this is minus 3, okay? I am writing like that. And the value of, we have the value of x plus 2, okay? X plus 2. This is the equation 1 we have, all right? So by simplifying this equation, we get 13. 13 minus 3, you get 10 minus x into x plus 2, all right? So I'm just going to simplify this equation. So what the value we have like 32 equals 2. I'm going to multiply this term with both these terms one by one, and then this term both one by one to this, okay? Now let's see how. We have a 10x plus 20 and minus x multiply with positive x, we say that x squared minus x squared minus 2x. Now, I'm just take all the values to this side. We have an x squared, we have plus 2x, we have minus 10x, we have minus 20 plus 32 equals to 0, okay? I'm taking all these values to this side, all right? So that's why the values we have over here positive, when we take to this side, it becomes negative, and the negative values becomes positive, all right? So we have an x squared, we have minus 8x, and then plus 12, okay? Now we have to factorize this equation. We have x squared, simply we have to factorize this, minus 6x minus 2x plus 12. So as you can see that when I am adding minus 6 and minus 2, it becomes minus 8. And when I multiply minus 6 minus 2, it becomes 12. Okay, this is the big sign. You are using the same correct factors, okay? So I'm just taking the x common from these two terms. We have an x minus 6, all right? And I taking minus 2 common, so x minus, and I'm dividing this 12, we have 6, all right, equals to 0. When your both values are the same in this common, so your answer will be 2, okay? So x minus 2 and x minus 6 equals to 0, all right? So I just take, sorry. So I'm taking the value of x minus 2 equals to 0, or what value is it? We have x minus 6 equals to 0, all right? So x equals to 2, and we say that x equals to 6. Now, you have two values of x. Now, we have to put the value of x in equation 2 to get the values of 2. So, what is the equation 2 we have? We have an equation 2 which is about y equals to 13 minus x, okay? This is our equation 2. So, I'm just put the value in this equation of x to get the value of y. So, I'm put firstly the equation is 13 minus 2, or we say that y equals to 13 minus 6, all right? So we have a y equals to 11, or y equals to 7. So these are the values we have. We have an x equals to 2 and x equals to 6 and y equals to 11 or y equals to 7. Okay, these are the answer of this question. So let's move to the next question. We have what we have. The next question. So the next question is about show that these two values taking the square and difference is divisible by 2 for all real values of m and n. Okay, so we have to show that the answer of these two squares, the difference of these two squares is divisible by 2. Okay, so let's solve it. We have the values is 1 plus x power m plus x minus n, taking the square root, minus 1 minus x power m minus x power minus n, taking whole square root. Okay, so as you can see that we have a formula in algebra. We have an x square minus b square, which is equals to a minus b and a plus b. Okay, so we can say that this is the value of a and this is the value of b. So we just apply this formula on this equation. Okay, on this question, sorry. So let's apply this formula. In this question, we have a 1 plus xm plus x minus n. All right? So I put the square, I'll break it over here. So this is the value of a now. I put the value of b, which is 1 minus xm minus x minus n. Okay? Now, we are put the value of a plus b over here. We have 1 plus xm plus x minus n, all right? And plus, which is, we have put the value 1 minus x m minus x minus n, okay? So I'm just going to multiply this minus to this and just simplify these equations, okay? Very carefully, all right? So 1 plus xm plus x power minus n minus. So I am going to multiply minus with this whole term, okay? It's only this whole term. So minus multiply with positive 1, we have minus 1. Minus multiply with minus, we got positive xm. Minus multiply with this minus, we got positive x power minus n, okay? Now, similarly, we do this from this equation. We have right x power m plus x minus n. And we have multiply plus with all these values. We have plus 1 minus x power m minus x minus n. Okay? So, as you can see that 1 and minus 1 is cancelled out. And we have to add plus 2xm plus 2x power minus n. Okay, and over here you can see that this minus value cut by this and this cut by this. So we got only 2 over here because 1 plus 1 is 2. So as you can see that the terms are divisible by 2. Okay, 2 into xm plus 2 x power minus m. So this is our answer, and as you can see that this answer is divisible by 2. All right? So the next question we have 2.1, given the arithmetic series 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus up to so 93. So the first question is we have determine the journal term of series Tn in the form of Tn is equals to Pn plus Q. Okay, so we have this term. This is the formula. We get Tn equals to Pn plus Q. Okay, so over here we have the value of A, all right, which is 5, okay, from the series. And as you can see that the difference between these two terms is the difference of 2, all right, up to so 93. So as you know that the formula of Tn is the formula of Tn, which is we have A, sorry, I'm going to minus this. We have to write like that. We have the value of A is 5. All right. Okay. We have the formula of Tn equals to A plus into n minus 1 and D. Okay. So as you know that the A, we have A equals to 5 and we have the difference is equals to 2. So I'm putting the values over here in the value of T and we get 5 plus n is we have value of n is n minus 1 into 2. So we get 5 and 5 plus 2n minus 2. All right? So we just simply write the answer of this question is we have the formula of Tn, which is about 2n plus 3. Okay? This is the formula we have. Okay? We have to find out this thing. All right? So the next question we have is the given series represents the number of kilometers that an athlete ran each week in propagation. For an ultra marathon, the athlete ran 93 kilometers in the last week of the training program. How long in weeks we have to find out, was that training program? So as you can see that from we have a series with like 7 plus 9 plus up to so on plus 93. So if we say that this is week 1, this is week 2, this is week 3, and up to so on, this is the week of 93, all right? We can say this via Tn, sorry. We say this is Tn. So as you know that the formula of Tn, we have Tn equals to 2n plus 3. So as you know that the value of Tn is 93 equals to 2n plus 3. So we get the value of n from this equation. We have 2n equals to 90 and which becomes n equals to 45. So we can say that n equals to 45 weeks. Okay, so from there you can say that how long for the athlete ran 93 kilometers in the last week of the training program. So she is in 45 weeks was the training program. Okay, so this is the answer of this question. So move on to the next question we have is 2.1.3. The athlete used this opportunity to raise funds for her high school. The community sponsored her R10 for each kilometer run during the training program. Calculate the total amount that the athlete raised for her school. Okay? So how we solve these questions? As you know that she is, we say that for each kilometer is R10. We have an R10, okay? So 45 weeks, 93 kilometer, as you see in the previous questions. So we need to sum of the series of these questions and we use the arithmetic series. We have an Sn equals to n by 2 into a plus l, okay? So as we say that we have 45 weeks, okay? So we say 45 and we put the 45, okay, equals to 45 over 2 into a. What is the value of a is 5 plus l is we have 93. The total what do we have? Okay, so I'm just going to simplify the equation of this. We get the answer is By simplify, when you get to simplify, this answer is, which we have like 45 by 2 into 93 is 98. Okay, so when you simplify this equation, we get the value of S45. Okay, so we got the value is 2205. So as they say that it's our 10 for each kilometer she rides, so I'm going to multiply 2205 with 10. So we can say that she having a R 22 when we get the multiplication. So the answer is 22050. So we can say that she raised R to 22050 for her school. Okay? So this is the answer of this question. Now, we have the second question, which is about 2.2. The journal term of a geometric sequence Tn is equals to 2 power n plus 2. Write down the first term, the common ratio, okay? So we just simply put the value for A, okay? We have an Tn equals to 2 power n plus 2. And the first term, we have put the value, n is 1, n equals to 1. So 1 plus 2, we get 2 power of 3, all right? And T1 is 8. So we can say that the first term is 8. So how can find out its common ratio? I'm finding out over here the P part, okay? The common ratio, okay? So as you can see that, and if I put Tn equals to 2 power n plus 2, and we can say that the base is 2. So we can say that the common ratio R equals to 2 for these questions, okay? So bases are the same for every question. So we cannot say the base. If we have the minus value like with that, so we cannot say this is the base. The base of this term is 2. So base value, we always having a positive value. All right. So in this, we can say that the ratio is 2. All right. So this is not possible that we can say that the base is 2. All right. So the next question we have is calculate T20, all right? Write your answer as a power of 4, okay? So you have to write your answer in a power of 4. So how you can write your answer in power of 4? So we have a T20 equals to 2. We have an n plus 2. So I'm going to put the value of n because we have the formula is this. Okay. So I am going to write the value over this. Sorry. We have power is 20, so it becomes 22. So in the question, they ask us, write your answer as a power of 4. So if I write it like that, so if I write it like that, so 2, the power of 2 is, if we say 2 is equals to 4, so I'm going to write over here 2 4 power of 11, okay? So T20 equals to 4 power of 11. This is the required answer. They asked, write your answer as a power of 4, okay? So our base is 4. So what is the next question? We have 2.23 is this question we have, okay? So consider the first 21 term of the sequence Tn equals to 2 power n plus 2. Calculate the sum of the terms in this sequence that are root powers of 4, okay? So we have the another question is 2.23. Calculate summation n is equals to 1 to infinity 1 by tn. Okay, so we have the summation situation over here. So the calculate, they say the calculate, and this is the sum of this series. All right, so with the general formula of 1 by tn, so we have 1 by what we had here, and then it interesting. Okay, so we have the 1 to infinity. Okay, please, you can only find the sum or to infinity of the series that converge. If you notice what this series was going, it was not converging, it was diverging, because you will see that the ratio is 2. So every term is just going to be multiplied by 2. Imagine multiply by 2, like we have a 2, 4, 8, 10, like with that. Okay, so we have a return be like that in power 1 by, not in be like 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8. Okay, so so every time we can say just going to be multiplied by 2, as you can see that. So every time it's going to be get bigger, as you can see that. That's why they had to say 1 by t, and so they can make it convergent. Okay, so when we say that if your ratio before was 2, what is going to be now? It's going to be 1 by 2. Okay, the firstly we have the ratio is, because we have the formula be like that, so we can say that ratio is 2. Now we have the formula 1 by tn, so we can say that our ratio will be 1 by r. Okay, so I'm going to say that when my ratio is 1 by 2. All right, sorry, over here in problem we say that my ratio is, before in this my ratio is 2, so I write my ratio is 1r equals to 1 by 2, and my first term is also equals to a equals by 1 by 8. So as you can see that the summation is from 1 to infinity, so I'm going to put my values. The formula we have s infinity equals to a over 1 minus r. So I'm just going to put my values 1 by 8 by 1 minus 1 by 2. So after simplify this equation, we get 1 by 4. Okay, so I can say that we can say that s infinity equals to 1 by 4. All right, this is the required answer of this question. All right, so moving to the next question, we have calculate the first 21 terms of the sequence Tn equals to 2n plus 2. Calculate the sum of the terms in this sequence that are not a powers of 4. Okay, so as you can see that if I can write, we have 10, 21. First 21 means that T21. Like if we have T1, T2, T3, and up to so on T, I can say that T21. So if I'm right, 2, 1 plus 2, 2, 2 plus 2, 2, 2 plus 3. All right. So if I add up 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, if I say right over here, 4 plus 2 is 2 power 6. Okay. So as you can see that these are the even numbers. Okay, so they can make the power of 4. Okay, and the power of 2, 3, 2, 5, they did not make the power of 4. Okay, so they are odd, and we are going to work on it. Okay, so number of power of 4, how I can write be like that. I'm writing over here be that like 2 power of 3. These are the odd numbers and they are not the power of 4. We cannot convert the power of 4. Okay, 2 power of 5 plus 2 power of 7 up to so on the power of 23. Okay, when we put the 21, it becomes 23. All right. So as you can see that the difference between is 2 power of 2, 2 power of 2. Okay. So how we do the next part of this question? So as you know that we have the ratio is 2 power of 2 and we have a 10 even numbers. How we can, how much we, because we have 21 numbers. So how you can conclude that how much you have even numbers or how much you have odd numbers. So if I say that if I have 10 even numbers and we have plus odd numbers equals to 21. So that means we have 11 odd numbers. So we can say that n is 11. So I'm going to put the formula as n a into r power n minus 1. So I'm just putting the values in this equation. So we have an s is 11 and 8 is we have sorry, a, the value of a is 8 and r is we have 4 power of 11 minus 1 by, we can say that over here is, sorry, we have a 4 minus 1. So sorry, I put the over here is r minus 1. Okay, so when I simplify this equation, we get the answer is when you simplify is 11 1 8 4 8 and 0 8. Okay, so this is the answer of these questions. These are, we can say that are the odd numbers that are the not the powers of, as you can see that we can write it like over here, not the powers of, not the power of 4, okay, which is equals to this. So as you can see that they say that calculate the sum of the terms in this sequence that are not powers of 4, okay? So this is the answer, this is the required answer of this question. We have to sum of these series, all right? Now move on to the next question. We have in question 3, which is given the quadratic sequence 4965 up to so on. So the first part is that 3.1 show that the general term of the sequence is Tn equals to n squared minus 8n plus 21. Okay, so what I have to do in this? So we have a sequence over here, which is B. As you can see that we have a 14, 9, 6, 5. Okay, so I can say this equation, and we can say that be A plus BC. And if you can see over here by this, and by this, you can see the difference is -1. 6 minus 9 is -3, and the difference of 14 and 9 is -5. So I can say this is C, and I can see this, I can say this is be like 3A plus B, okay? And if I go to the difference of these values, which is becomes as 2, all right? So we have to find out the difference. These are the differences between them. And I can say that over here, this is the value of 2A, all right? So like if I put the value of 2A, which is equals to 2, so we can say that A equals to 1. And if we put the value of the equation over here, as you can see that a equals to 1, and if we have the value of 3a plus b equals to minus 5. So if I put the value of 1, 3 into 1 plus b equals to minus 5, and it gives you 5 equals to minus 5 minus 3, b equals to minus 8. Now, if you put the value of a, b in another equation, which is we have an a plus b plus c equals to 14, because okay, so what the answer is that, so we have an a value is 1, b is, you have the value of b is minus 8, and you want easily find out the value of c. So c equals to, sorry, we have a minus 8 over here, so c becomes 14 plus 7, which is becomes 21. So you have the value of a is equals to 1, b equals to 8, and c equals to 21. All right. So how you get the value? So we have the value of a is 1, b is minus 8, and you get the value of c is 21. So we have a formula which is Tn equals to an squared plus bn plus c. So if we write the formula be like that in this sense of n squared, because we have the value of a plus, it also becomes the quadratic equation. So we have a minus b minus 8. So I put the value of minus 8 over here. We have minus 8 and plus 21. So this is the required answer we have to find out, okay? So the next question we have 3.2, which is two consecutive terms of the quadratic sequence have a difference of 33. Okay, have the difference, we have 33. Calculate the value of the larger term. So we have like I'm writing over here on the sequence they given us, which is 14 and 9, 6, and 5. So they need to find out, we have to find out what is the difference we have. We don't know the values about what the values we have, and the difference of these two values is 33. So which we have to find out this term. So as you can see that from this equation, we can easily find out if we have an equation which is Tn equals to Tn equals to minus 5 plus into n plus 1, sorry, n minus 1. I'm going to remove this. We have n minus 1 and into 2. So what is the answer is minus 5 plus 2n minus 2, and the value of Tn, which is 33. Over here, the difference is 33, okay? So I'm going to spell out these values over here, 33, okay? So just pull it down, okay? We have a 33, okay, minus 5 and minus 7. It becomes what? Over here, plus 7 equals to 2n, okay? So 33, 7, 3 becomes over here, just remove this, just a moment. I have like, we have 33, okay? Equals to minus 5, and we get minus 2, it becomes minus 7 plus 2n, okay? So, oh, sorry, we can write it like that. Just a moment. Sorry about that. We can write it like over here. We got 33 plus 8 equals to 2 into n minus 1. Okay? Now, again, apology. We have a mistake over here. We have over here 5 and it becomes 38. And we take 2 divided by 2, we have n minus 1. So we get the value is n equals to, we get the value of 32 is 19, and this minus 1 is plus 1. So we get n equals to 20. All right. So this is our answer. Okay. So calculate the two consecutive terms of the quadratic sequence have a difference 33. Calculate the value of the larger term. So now we have to find out the value of n. Now, no, I'm going to over here, like we have a tn equals to n squared minus 8n plus 21, okay? So what we have to do, I am going to write like that. We have a 14 and we have a 9, and we can say that this is T1 and this is we have T21, and this is the value of T1, this is the value of T2, and up to so on we can write it like that. So I'm just substitute the value of n in this equation to get the value of Tn, okay? Because we have to find out T21, all right? So we substitute the value T21 squared minus 8 into 21 plus 21. So after simplifying the equation, we get the answer is 294. So T21, the answer is 224. 294, sorry, for the 21th term, okay? So this is our answer. So move to the next question. We have the next question is 3.3. The value of m is added to each term in the quadratic sequence. Determine the values of m for which only the terms between t1 and t7, the quadratic sequence will have a negative values, okay? So we have to find out between T1 and T7. Like you have in a sequence 1, T1, and T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, and T7. All right. So you have to find out the difference between, like, we have values is 1, 4, 9, 6, 5. Like we have values 4, 14, sorry, 14, 9, 6, 5. Now this values become 6, 9, and 14. Okay, so as you can see that it's big like a parabola over here. You can see that it's like that. The midpoint is 5. Like we say that it's like this. If I put it like this, so the value is starts the highest peak is 14 and it goes down to this point, like we can say that this point is 5, and also then the increasing to this point. So if I'm going to add plus m in this, all the values be like that. So we have to find out the value between T1 and T7. As you can see that the value of T1 and T7 are equals. So how we do the question? So I am going to share with you that the if I say that I take 9 plus m, okay, and I'm say that it is less than a 0, so we can write it like that, m or less or equals to minus 9. So if I put the value is minus 10, so it gives me answer minus 1. If to put the value of m is minus 10, it gives me answer minus 1. And if I put the value as m is like we can say that if we put the minus values, they gives me answer in minus, all right? So we can say that m is less than minus 9. So if I put the value of be like 14 over here, okay, if we have a 14 plus m, so if I put the value over this equation, if I put the value of 14 plus, sorry, 14 minus 6, so it gives me a positive answer. Okay, it gives me a positive answer. If we put the value is minus 5, it gives me a positive answer. And if I put the answer is 14 minus 14, means that we put the value is positive 14, means that we get the answer is 0. So we have, and when we put the value is positive minus 14. So positive 14 to minus 14, we have to say that the difference is like that, okay? So we can say that minus 14 less or equals to m, and m is less or equals to minus 9. This is our required answer. So T1 and T2 are not the negatives, okay? T1 and T2 are not taking the negatives, we take. So this is the required answer, because we have 14 to 0. When put 14 minus 14, we get the answer is 0, okay? In between T1 and T7. So the quadratic sequence will have the negative values, all right? So this is our question 3, last part of this question 3, okay? So next we have a question for the graph of f of x is equals to 4 by x minus 3 plus 4 is drawn below. As you see that m is the point where the asymptotes of f intersect. Okay, m is the point. This is the m point. C and D are the x-axis. This is point C and this is our point D. Are the x and y intercept respectively of f, this function, okay? And A is the point on f that is closest to m. So this is the point A, which is closest to m, okay? So the first of all, what we have to find out in this is we have hyperbola analysis. Since we have a hyperbola analysis, okay? So what we have to find out the first thing is we have to find out 4.1, write down the coordinate of M. We have to write the coordinate of this point M, okay? What is the coordinate, like what is its X and what is its Y, all right? We have to find out this coordinates. So how we can find out these coordinates? So we have in a function which is f of x This is a function we have, which is f of x equals to minus 4 by x plus 3 plus 4. All right. So we have to write down m is the intersection of as asymptotes. So vertical asymptote of x minus, I'm writing over here, vertical asymptote, which is equals to x minus 3, and this is equals to x equals to 3. Okay, and the horizontal, which is equals to, we have pi equals to 4. Okay, so therefore the m point is, we have to find out the m coordinates. So m is, we have is 3 and 4. Okay, 3 and 4. So we can say that the coordinate of this m is 3 and 4. Okay, so what is the next? We have to 4.2. We have to calculate the coordinate of D. So we have to find out the coordinate of D. Okay, so how we find out the coordinate of D? So we have D is the y-intercept. Okay, D is the y-intercept. Okay, so where we have x equals to 0. All right, where x equals to 0. So what the function? So we have to put 0 in the function. What we get? Minus 4 by 0 minus 3 plus 4 equals to, this minus cut down this minus, and we have 4 plus 4. So f of 0, sorry, this minus cut with this minus, and we have over here not 4 plus 4. We have over here 4 by 3 plus 4. Okay, so we get answer is, we have 16 by 3. Okay, after we have 16, 12, not 16, 12, because 3 for the 12. 16 by 3. So we can say that at the value of 0, the D coordinates, at the value of 0, the y-intercept is 16 by 3. Okay? So over here, we say that this coordinate is 0 and 16 by 3. Okay? So what is the next question of about this is, okay, we have in a 4.3, say if y equals to x plus t is the equation of line of symmetry of f, so calculate the value of t. So how we calculate the value of t? The line of symmetry passes through the intersection of the asymptotes. So m we have, as you know, we calculate m is 3 and 4, the coordinates f, and substitute m into y. So we have to substitute these value into this equation they given. Okay, so y we have 4 and x we have 3. Now we can easily calculate t equals to 4 minus 3. So we have t equals to 1. That's very simple answer. Okay, so what we have, Determine the value of x for which f of x less or equals to 0. We have to find the value at what value of x we have the function is less or equals to 0. So let's do. We have to find f of x less or equals to 0. We have to find value of x, okay? So how we can find out the value of x? We first find the x-intercept by setting f of x equals to 0, okay? We have to find x-intercept by setting f of x equals to 0. So now we have x equals to minus 4 by x minus 3 plus 4. And I set f of x equals to 0. So I put 0 over here and minus 4x minus 3 plus 4. Now guys, the value of plus 4 is over here minus 4. Okay? And this x minus 3, like minus 4 by x minus 3. So what we have to do, this term over here divided. So when we take to this side, it becomes minus 4 into x minus 3 equals to minus 4. So minus 4x plus 12 equals to minus 4. And we have minus 4x equals to minus 4 minus 12. It gives you minus 4x equals to minus 16. Okay, I'm right. Now you get minus. This minus cut with this minus, so we get over here x equals to 16 by 4. And we have x value is equals to 4, okay? So we get x equals to 4. So the x-intercept we have x-intercept is y and 0, okay? So for x is less than 0, we say that so the vertical estimate is x equals to 3. So we have possibilities like for x less than 3, then function we say greater than 0. For 3 less than x and x less than 4. So we say that function f of x greater than 0. And for x greater than 4, we say function is less than to 0. Alright? So therefore, thus we can say that f of x less or equals to 0 when we have x greater or equals to 4. So this solution provides we have that 2 less or equals to x less than 3 incorrect for the given function, okay? So this is the answer of this question 4.4. So they say in the The next question we have a 4.5. Calculate the coordinate of A. So we have to calculate the coordinate of A. Okay. Now we have a question 4.5. Coordinate of A. We have to find out. Okay. So how we find the coordinate of A? A is at the point on F closest to M. As you can see that if we go over here. So as you can see that over here, the point A is closest to M. Okay. So these points lie on the line of symmetry. We must use the line of symmetry. Y is equals to x plus 1. So we assume the function was f of x equals to 4 by x minus 3 plus 4 and implies by the provided solution to yield a real answer set we have f of x equals to y. So we have set f of x equals to y. So what we have to do? So I'm having the f of x which is 4 by, x minus 3 plus 4 which is equals to x plus 1. Okay, so I'm just going to simplify the whole equation. So 4 by x minus 3 equals to x plus 1 minus 4. So this is we get from this which is equals to 4 by x minus 3 equals to x minus 3. Okay? So what we have? 4 equals to x minus 3 whole square. We're taking square on both sides. So 2 equals to x minus 3. So we take the minus. Am I right? So what we have to do next? So we have x equals to, because we have no plus minus value, so we say that x minus 3 equals to positive 2 and x minus 3 equals to minus 2. Okay? So we have x equals to 5 and we have x equals to 1. All right? So since A is shown in the first coordinate, so we choose x equals to 5. We choose this term, x equals to 5. Substitute x is equals to 5 in equation y equals to x plus 1. So we have 5 plus 1, which is equals to 6. So the coordinate of A is 5 and 6. This is the coordinate of A. All right. So what we have the next question and this. So last question of question number 4 is that a single transformation is applied to function f to obtain a new graph defined as h of x equals to minus 4 over x plus 3 plus a. So A prime is the image of A under this transformation. Calculate the length of A and A prime. Okay, we have to calculate the length of A and A prime. So the original function, as you know, the original function we have f of x, which is equals to 4 minus 4 by x minus 3 plus 4. And the new function, which is h of x equals to minus 4 x plus 3 plus 4. Okay? So these are the functions. So we have rewrite h of x like that. Okay? We have to rewrite h of x I'm writing over here. H of x equals to minus 4 by minus into minus x, okay, minus 3 plus 4. So it becomes minus 4 into minus x minus 3. So this transformation is replacement of x with minus x, okay? Okay, so what we have to do in this? We have minus 4 into minus x, all right? Minus 3 plus 4. So I'm just replace minus x with x. This is the transformation I do in this equation, all right? So like we say that we have a function minus x, okay? This transformation I do in this. So this corresponds to a reflection in the y-axis. So this transformation maps that we have this transformation like we have in a function be like that. So I just put x instead of minus x, okay? Oh, sorry, minus x instead of, we put x instead of minus x, all right. So we have a mapping like a, which is x, y, approaches to a prime minus x and y. This thing I have to show. Like we have an a is 5 and 6. So it approaches to a prime, which is becomes minus 5 and 6. This thing, okay? So just we have to calculate the length of a and a prime. Length of a and a prime. So we use the distance formula, which is x a prime minus x a whole square plus y a prime minus y a whole square. So I just put the values in this equation. We get minus 5 square plus 6 minus 6 square. So it becomes plus 10 square plus 0 square, taking the square root on both sides. Sorry, taking the whole square. So we get a into a prime equals to 100. Square root of 100, okay? So we say that a and a prime is 10 units, okay? So this is the required answer. We have to calculate the distance of a and a prime, okay? Now we have a question 5, okay? So the graph of f of x equals to a into x plus p whole square plus q is drawn below. This is the graph. We have a down parabola down graph. So c is minus 1 and 4, the coordinate of c, is the turning point of f. Okay, c is the turning point of f. And b is minus 3 and minus 4 is the point of f. All right. So this is, we have a graph. We have a point C and point B, and we have a function f. So show that f of x equals to minus 2x squared minus 4x plus 2. So we have to show that. So just we have a function, the given function they give us is, like over here, I'm writing the function they give us, which is f sorry, f of x equals to a into x plus p whole square plus q. All right, this is the function they give us. Okay, so we have to show the function into this form. All right, so determine the value of p and q. So since the turning point is minus p and q. Okay, which is equals to 1 minus 1 and 4. Okay, so what we have to do, I'm just writing p equals to 1 and q equals to 4. All right, this 4. And I'm just put the values in the equation. So we have f of x equals to a into x plus 1 whole square plus 4. So I'm just going to simplify this equation, which we have x squared plus 1 plus 2x plus 4, okay? So it becomes a ax squared plus a plus 2ax plus 4. Okay, this function value becomes this if we simplify this equation. So we have to determine the value of a. So I'm just substitute the point b over here. B point is minus 3 and minus 4 into this equation, okay? So I'm just substitute the value of minus 4, the function is equals to minus 4. So a into the value of x, I'm putting over here minus 3 square plus a plus 2, a into minus 3 plus 4, okay? So what we have to get? So we have a 9 a square, and then we have a minus 6a plus a, and over here minus 8. And what we have to do, we have a minus 8 is equals to 9a square minus 5a. All right, is that clear? Like if I'm taking, sorry, I think so I did some mistake over here. Oh, so yeah, sorry. So I put over here minus, sorry, we don't have the a's here. So we have the value is 9 minus 4a minus 8, because we have only x here, not on a's here. So I just put the value over here, which is 8. Now a equals to minus 8 by 4. So we get the value is minus 2. So the value of a is minus 2. Okay, now we have to substitute the value in the function. We have an f of x equals to minus 2 x plus 1 whole square plus 4. So this is the value of the equation. All right. So I'm going to simplify this equation. We have minus 2 into x squared plus 1 plus 2x plus 4. Okay, so I'm just going to simplify this equation. So we have minus 2x squared minus 4x minus 2 plus 4. So we get minus 2x squared minus 4x plus 2. So this is the required equation they give us. Okay, as you can see over here. Over here, we have shown that minus 2x squared minus 4x plus 2. So this is the required answer we have. Minus 2x squared minus 4x plus 2. Okay? So move to the next question. So the question 5.2 is determine the value of k which h of x equals to f of x plus k will have no real roots. So the function h of x is a vertical shift of f of x by k units. So since f of x is downward opening parabola, okay? So this is f of x, okay? So what we have, a less than 0, we say a less than 0, and h of x will have no real roots if its maximum value is less than 0. The maximum value of f of x is the y coordinate of the turning point, so which is 4. If we say the y coordinate of turning point, which is 4. So the maximum value of h of x is equals to 4 plus k. Okay, so for no real roots, we say that h of x maximum less than 0. So we say that 4 plus k less than 0 and k is less than minus 4. Okay, did you understand the answer? This is the required answer of this question. Now, the last part of question number 5 is 5.3. The graph of y equals to g prime of x, where g prime is the derivative of g, as you know about that, is obtained when f is reflected over the line y equals to 4. So draw a sketch graph of g if g of 0 less than 0. Clearly indicate any stationary point on your graph. So first of all, you have to find the equation of g of prime of x. So we have to find g prime of x equals to, we say that g of prime of x is the reflection of f of x over the line y equals to 0. Oh, sorry, y equals to 4. Okay, so the turning point C, we say that the turning point C, which is given minus 1 and 4, lies on the line of reflection, so it remains invariant. The formula for reflection of y is, we say that y equals to f of x, and we say that y equals to c, so y equals to 2c minus f of x. Okay, so we write the equation like 2 into 4 minus f of x. So how we get the value? We have an 8 minus, we have the minus into x plus 1 whole square plus 4. Okay, so I'm going to just simplify the equation after simplification, and we get 2 into x minus whole square plus 4. This is the first derivative of g prime of x, okay? So analyze, we have to analyze g of x and g of prime of x, okay? So stationary point occur when g prime of x equals to 0, okay? So when we say that g of x equals to 0, then stationary points occur. So what we have to do, we have 2 into x plus 1 whole square plus 4 equals to 0. All right, so I'm just doing the simplification. Minus 4, and we have x plus, which is becomes 2, and we're taking the 2 root, x plus 1 equals to, sorry, this is the same equation we have tried over again. So we have only this one, okay? So since we say that the x plus 1 whole square cannot be the negative for real x, so g of x has no stationary points. So we can say that g of x has no stationary points, okay? So the fourth point, we have to determine the point of inflection where we say g double prime of x equals to 0. So the point of inflection indicates a change in the concavity, which is often a feature of function with non-stationary derivatives. Like we say g prime of x equals to 2x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus 4, okay? So I'm just going to simplify this equation. We have the 2x squared plus 4x plus 2 plus 4, okay? Now, you have to simplify the equation. We have 2x squared. Sorry, what I have right over here? Sorry, g of x equals to 0. Yeah, okay. We have the 2x squared plus 4x plus 4 to 6. So I'm take this is we have g prime of x, okay? I'm taking the again derivative of this. By showing the double prime, we get 4x plus 4, okay? Now we have put it equals to 0 and we get 4x plus 4. So I'm writing 4x equals to minus 4, which is x equals to minus 1. All right, so the point of inflection is at x equals to minus 1. So the sketch must shown be always increasing function that has a negative y-intercept g of 0 less than 0, and the point of inflection is at is equals to at x equals to minus 1. So how we show it? How we should be like that, okay? As you can see over here, this is how the graph we have shown, okay? The point of inflection is at x equals to -1. Okay, and g of x equals to 0, the graph shown like that. Okay, this is the value of x and this is y. So here the representation of the graph. Okay. Now we have in a question 7 in 7.1. John invests an amount of money in an account paying interest at the rate of 15% P.A, compounded monthly. Calculate the annual effective interest rate of this investment. Okay, so we say that we have to calculate the annual effective interest rate. All right, so John invests at a nominal rate of 15%. Okay, and compounded monthly. We need the annual effective interest rate, which I represent like IF. Okay. The formula compares the effective rate to the nominal rate. We say that a formula we have a 1 plus I, which I say this effective equals to 1 plus I norm by m power of m. Okay, so this is the formula I generated to calculate the annual effective interest rate. So we have to identify the variables from this. Okay, so the nominal annual rate. Rate, which is one I norm, okay, equals to, which is equals to 15%, or we can say that which is equals to 15%, or you can write it like 0.15. Okay, so how we describe, and the compounding frequency m is monthly. This is compounding frequency, so m equals to, we say that 12. Now I have to substitute my values in this equation 1. So what is the values? I have 1 plus IEF, we say that, equals to 1 plus 0.15 divided by 12, and its m value is 12. Okay, now we have to simplify the equation. How we get? We have a 1 plus 0.0125 and power of 12 equals to 1.0125 power of 12. Okay, so it is equals to 1 plus this. Okay, so how we can say that when we do the power of 12, so what the value you have? 1 plus I E equals to, it is approximately equals to 1.1607545. Okay, this is the value we have, and now we take 1 over here, and when we take 2 over there, it becomes -1. So we have I equals to 1.1607545 minus 1. Okay, so what the value is? 0.1607. Okay, So we say that I effective is 0.1675. All right. So we have to convert this into the percentage. So how we convert into the percentage? As you know that we just simply multiply it with 100, converting to percentage. Okay. So how we convert into percentage? You just have 0.1607 multiply with 100. Okay. So how we say that? It is becomes 16.08%. So the answer of 7.1 is that the annual effective interest, this is annual effective interest, will be 16.08%. This is the required answer of 7.1. Okay? Now move to the next part of this question number 7, 7.2. We have Tino invest Rs 500 triple zero in an account earning interest at the rate of 6% P dot A compounded quarterly. So Tino decides to withdraw our 11,250 at the end of the every 3 months. Tino will continue making these regular withdrawals until there is no money in the account. How many withdrawals of our 11,250 will Tino be able to make? Okay. So Tino investment is an eternity problem where the initial amount P is known and a regular with the draws X are made. Okay, we use the present value P, okay, to make the formula. So I am making the formula which is P equals to X 1 minus I power of minus N. Okay, sorry, I'm again writing this. We have 1 minus into 1 plus I power of minus n. And this whole is divided by I. Alright, so identify the variables. What we have the principal P, which is, we say 500 and 000, okay? And withdrawal X, we have, we say R 11 to 50. All right? And the nominal rate, which is, we say that nominal rate, okay, which we call I know. And it is, we have 6% P dot A, okay, which we say that 0. Also, we can write 0.06, okay? Sorry, 0.06. So the compounding frequency is quarterly. So M we have equals to 4. All right. Now the period rate, we have to calculate period rate. All right. So it is denoted by I, and I equals to 0.06 divided by 4. We get 0.015. All right. So we need to find the number of withdrawals n. Okay, this is we have to find out. Now I take the formula, and now I just substitute all the values in this formula, the above formula we have writing over here. So I'm just putting the values, the above formula. Okay. 1 minus into 1 plus 0.015 power of minus n divided by 0.015. Okay, now you have to simplify this equation to get the value of n. Okay, so we have now a 2 by 3. So I'm taking this value. Over here. It becomes, okay, I'm taking this value, be like, or just give me one moment, be like that. I'm solving like 11,250 divided by this term, okay? So what the answer is A. We have now I am going to divide this term with this term, and the answer is 750,000. Okay, so I'm writing over here like 5, 2, 3, and when I'm dividing this term with this term, we get the answer is 7,550,000. Okay, 50,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, we have only. Now we have it 3 and 1. Okay, now equals to, we have 1 minus into 1 plus 0.015 power minus n. Okay, so after dividing this term, we get 2 by 3 equals to 1 minus into 1. When we do like 1 plus, okay, so I'm writing it with solution. When you're adding 1 plus 0.5, okay, so we get 1.015 power of minus n. Okay, so what we have to do, I taking the power, this term to this side and this term to this side, so we have 1.015. I'm taking this power minus 1 n and 1 minus 2 by 3. All right, now we just have to do the simplification for this. We get 1 minus 3 after solving this, because we have 3 minus 2 by 3. Okay, so 1.015, okay, power of minus n. Now we're taking the log on both sides. We have to find out that we take the values of n, so I'm taking the log on both sides. So what we have to do, we have a log of 1.015 power of minus n and log of 1 by 3. Okay, so as you know about the log property, we take the power inside and we take log of 1.015 and log of 1 minus log of 3. Okay, now what we have to do, I am taking minus n and this is over here divided, so log of 1 minus log of 3 divided by log of 1.015. Okay, so when solving this the equation, where the value you have got minus n equals to, we have a minus 73.788. Okay, this is the approximate value you have. Okay, So we have a minus n and we have a minus value. So I'm taking it positive because this minus cancel this minus. So we have n equals to 73.78. Okay, so the value of n is this. So the final interpretation will be like that. Since Tinu can only make a full withdrawal of R11 to 50 at the end of the each period, and n must be an integer, so we take the whole number, and the 74th withdrawal would be the less than of our 11 to 50. So n equals to 73. Tino will be able to make 73 withdrawals. Okay? This is the answer of the required answer of 7.2 question. Now, the 7.3 question is that we have on 1 March 2021, Abe made a once-off deposit of R12,000 into an account earning interest at the rate of 9.5% P.A, compounded monthly. She deposited R500 into the same account on 1st April 2023 and continues to make these monthly deposits of R500 on the first day of each month thereafter. Okay, now calculate how much money was in the account immediately after the deposit of R500 is made on 1 March 2025, exactly 4 full years after her initial deposit. All right, so the problem has two parts. The lump sum, we say that it's compound interest, and the annuity, like future value. We need to track the money to the target date of 1st March 2025. So wait, I norm. Okay, I'm writing like we have wait, we have target to find this money. Okay, wait, which we say that I norm, which is equals to 9.5% P dot A. So compounded monthly is, we have say that, which is 0.0095 divided by 12, because we have 12 months. All right. So the future value of the lump deposit, sum deposit, we have a initial deposit P was is 12,000. Okay, on 1st March 2021. The target date is, we have this. This is the target date we have. Okay, and the time period is 4 years. As you can see that time period. Time period, we say that, which is equals to 4 years. Okay, and it becomes like 2021 to 2025. So the number of periods n, which is equals to 4 multiplied by 12, which is equals to 48 months. Okay, so we use the compound interest formula, which is A equals to P into 1 plus I power of n. So calculate for A, like we have lump sum. So we have an A equals to P is 12,000. One, two, three, sorry, I put the one, another one, zeros. All right. And we have 1 plus 0.095 divided by 12 and 4 multiplied by 12, like we say that 48. So 12,000, and after solving this equation, we get which is equals to 48 months, as you can see that over here. So when you're solving this, 12 plus in 0.05 and divided by what the answer you have get divided by 12 and taking the power of 48. So the answer is we have 1.4559. Okay. So after doing more, when you multiply this answer with 12,000, we get A equals to R 17471.79. Okay. So like the part B of this formula, we say that the future value of the infinity. So the infinity is the series of x. Okay. So we have to find the future value of the infinity. Okay. So how its formula becomes Rx is deposit. The infinity is the series of x equals to 500 deposits starting on 1st April 2023 and ending on 1st March 2025. So this is the deposit on the 1st of the month. So it is an infinity due, but for simplicity, the standard future value of the formula will be the value immediately after the last payment. So I will make a formula F equals to x into 1 plus I power of n minus 1 divided by I. Okay. So we have know about the values. We are going just to put the values like the payments of the 1st April 2022 to 1 March from 1 from 1 April 2023 to 24. We have 13 payments. Okay? So from 1 May 2000, from 1 May 2024 to March 2025. So we have 11 payments. Okay? So from 1st April 2023 to 2024, we have 13 payments, and from 1 May 2024 to 1 March 2025, we have 11 payments. Okay? So the total payments we have n is equals to 12, and we just have to put the values in the equation and we get the formula. Okay? We just have to put the values. So we have an f equals to 500 into 1 plus 0.095 Okay, power of 24 minus 1, and it's divided by 0.095 by 12. Okay, because we have an I is always, as you can see, that the value of I, what the value of I over here, this is. So after we do the simplification, we get 500 into 1.2091 minus 1 divided by 0.0079. Okay? So we have an f equals to approximately, the value is, after doing the simplification, we have r 13,217.476. So this is the total. We have an f and we have a value. So the total amount in the is the sum of the future value of the lump sum and the future value of the uncertainty, since both values are calculated at the same point, 1 March 2025, immediately after the final R500 deposit. So we just have total equals to A plus F. Okay? So for the value of A, you have R 717,471.79 plus R 13,217.47. Okay, so the final total amount, which is equals to R 3689.27076. So the total amount is in the account immediately after the deposit on 1st March 2025 is our 3689.27. Okay? So this is the answer, or the required answer of the question. So the next question we have is 8. 8.1 is determine a function f prime of x from the first principle if it is given by that f of x equals to x squared minus 2. So 8.1 question we have like f of x equals to x squared minus 2. All right. So we have to find out the f prime of x, f prime of x. So I'm just going to show, right, the f prime of x, when we get the formula, is limit h approaches to 0, and we have f into x plus h minus f into x by h. Okay. So I'm just going to put the values in this equation. Okay. So I'm just going to put the values over here. We have a limit, limit h approaches to 0. This is, we cannot write over here. And we have, what the value is, x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2 into x minus 2 over h. All right. So how we get the values over here? Okay. So I'm going to simplify the equation, which is f of x prime, because we have no prime values. So we have limit h approaches to 0, and we have simplified this equation to xh plus h squared by h. So I'm going to just simplify this limit h approaches to 0, and we take h common from this. We have 2x plus h over 8. This cancel by this value, and we got the value of f prime of x equals to limit h approaches to 0. Sorry, we have 0, and we have 2x plus h. Okay, so f prime of x equals to 2x. When we put the limit is, which is going to be 0, when I put the limit over here, 2x plus 0, so the f prime of x, the value of f prime of x is, what the value is? 2x left, okay? So this is the answer we have. The right answer is this. So what is the next question? The next question is about 8.2. 8.21 is find out the derivative of, we have to find the derivative of 3x squared minus 4x, okay? So we have to find out the derivative of 3x squared minus derivative of 4x, all right? How so you can find out the derivative of this question? So this is very simple questions. So as you know about that, we put the t on the right side, and we have to take the derivatives. We apply the power rule, which is like 2x power is n minus 1, and taking the derivative of without x. So I put this formula over here, like 2 into x, 2 minus 1, okay? Minus, we take the derivative of x is 1. Now 3, 2 is 6x minus 4. So this is the answer of this question. We have the answer is, required answer is CX, 6x minus 4. Now the second question is about g of x. If g of x is equals to minus, we have to find out the g prime, the first derivative. We have the value is minus 2 into, I'm going to write over here, we have the g of x, which is equals to minus 2 square root of x into x minus 1. Okay, just note down the values over here. Is that clear? Okay, we have the value is, okay, sorry, I'm just going to be down. All right, so we have to find out this g prime of x. Okay, we have to find this. So how we write? We have to write g of x equals to minus 2, and when we take the power, we have x equals to 1 by 2, because square root of 2 equals to 1 by 2, right? And we have x minus 1 whole square, okay? So what we have to do in this equation, so I'm going to multiply, I'm open this formula, so we have a minus 2 x power 1 by 2, and it becomes x squared plus 1 and minus 2x, okay? We are apply the a minus b whole square formula over here, which is a squared plus b squared minus 2ab, okay? Because we have an a minus b whole square. So minus 2, I'm going to multiply this minus 2x1 by 2 with this all terms. We get x equals to 5 by 2 minus 2x power of 1 by 2 plus 4x power of 3 by 2. Okay, so g of x equals to minus 5 x to power 3 by 2 plus 6 x power 1 by 2 minus x power 1 minus 2. Okay, I'm taking the derivative of this term. All right, I'm just taking the derivative of this term. Like I'm applying the power rule over here, like 5 by 2. All right, we have to find out how we can conclude. Like when we take the derivatives, like minus 2 into 5 by 2, x power is 3 by 2. All right, minus 2, okay? Power is 1 by 2, x power is, what is the answer is, we get the answer will be minus 1 by 2, okay? This is the answer we have get after the taking the derivative, okay? So minus x, and then 4, we get the answer 3 by 2, x power is 1 by 2, okay? Now, when we simplify the equation, we get 5x3 by 2 minus x minus 1 by 2 plus 2 to the 4, and it becomes 6x 1 by 2. So this is how I get the formula, okay? This is the formula I am writing over here when I just do the taking the derivative of these terms, okay? I'm applying the power rule in this equation. So this is the required answer we need to find out, okay? Now, we have the third question, which is about over here. We have third question. So what the answer we have over here? I'm taking this question to copy and I'm going to paste over here, okay? So as you can see that the 8.3 question is given that y equals to 4x minus 14 is a common tangent to f of x equals to 2x squared minus 4x minus 6. And g of x is this, ax squared plus bx minus 18. Calculate the value of a and b. And I'm going to calculate the values of a and b, all right, from these equations, all right? So I'm just writing over here. So I'm just going to be over here, okay? So we have a y equals to 4x minus 14. So if I get the value is 4x minus 4 is equals to 4, okay? This is the tangent we have, okay? So we take the values from this equation. So we take the value of this equation. We have a 2x squared minus 4x minus 6. And I'm taking the value of y, which is equals to 4x minus 14. So what we have to simplify this equation. We have 2x squared minus 4x minus 4x minus 6 plus 14 equals to 0. So I'm going to write it like that. We have a plus 8 equals to 0. All right. When I'm divided this term, sorry, we have a 2 over here. And when I'm taking 2 common from this term, okay, so we get x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals to 0. So if you see that, we have, this is become, if we close the formula of x minus 2 whole square. And when you open this formula, you get these equations like x squared plus 2 square minus 2 to x, okay? So from this equation, if I'm taking square roots on both sides, square root, we have x2 equals to 0, and we get x equals to 2. Now I'm putting the value of x in equation. In this equation, we have 4x minus 14. So I'm going to put the value over here. We have 4 into 2 minus 14, okay? We get the value of y. Give me one moment. So we have an x and y points value. So at point, we can say that we have value 2 and 6 minus 6. So I'm going to just have to put the values of 2 in the functions g of x. We have an a2 square plus b into 2 minus 18 equals to minus 6. So equation, we have make this equation 4a plus 2b minus 18 plus 6. Okay? Sorry, equals to minus 6. All right? So, all right. So what the value is it? We have 4a plus 2b equals to 12. This is, we say, the equation 1. And when we're taking the square root of this equation, we get 2 equals to 2a into 2 plus b equals to 4, okay? So we have another second equation, 4a plus b equals to 4. This is, we have two equations with, so we have to calculate the value of a and b. So from this equation, as you can see that if I equation 1 minus equation 2, what the value you have got? As you can see that over here, we have an equation 1, 4a plus 2b equals to 12. And the second equation, you have 4a plus b equals to 4, okay? So when you are subtracting these equations, cancel, and you have b equals to 12 minus 4 is 8. So the value of b is 8. Now you have to put the value of 8, b value in this equation or maybe in this equation to get the value of a. So I'm putting in this equation. So we have a 4a plus b equals to 4, okay? So 4a plus 8 equals to 4. So 4a equals to 4 minus 8, which gives you minus 4. And you have 4a equals to minus 4, and a equals to minus 4 by 4, you get minus 1. So the value of a and b is, the value of a is minus 1, which is the required answer, and the value of b is, or the value of b is 8. Okay, these are the required answers we have to find out in this question. So the next question we have, question number 9. Given f of x equals to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x minus 4. And the factored form of this question is x minus 4 into x minus k whole square. So the question 9.1, we have show that k equals to 1. So I'm writing over here the factored form of the question, and then I put the k equals to 1 and then see the what the value of k gives the function, whole function, okay? So I'm writing the function. We have f of x equals to x minus 4 into x minus k whole square, okay? So I'm going to put k equals to 1, all right? So x minus 4 into x minus 1, because I put the value of k, and now expand this whole term, how we get? We have an x minus 4, and I apply the formula, which is a minus whole square. We have an x square plus 1 square minus 2x. Okay, so I'm going to multiply x with this all terms and then minus 4 with all terms. So what the value we have get? Now we have x square. So I'm going to x multiply with x square. It becomes x cube and x plus x minus 2x here. Okay, now I'm going to multiply this 4 with this whole term. We get x minus 4x here and then minus 4. Okay, and then we have value is plus 8x. Okay, so I'm going to simplify the equation. We have an x cube and then we have x square, x square. So it becomes 4 and 6x square. And now we have to take the x value and this x value. We have an 8 plus 9x. Okay, x, and then we have the simple form is minus 4. Okay, so as you can see that this is our functions, which is x cube minus 6x squared plus 9x minus 4. So we can say that when we combine the terms and it becomes a function. So conclusion is that since the expansion matches the given polynomial, k is equals to 1 is shown. Okay, so now move to the next question. We have the next question is 9.2. Calculate the coordinate of the turning point of f. Okay, so we have to calculate the turning point of the f's. We, as you know, that we have a function f of x, which is equals to x cube minus 6x squared plus 9x minus 4. So I'm going to take the first derivative of this question. So I'm taking the derivative f of x equals to 3x squared minus 6 into 2x plus 9 into 1, and this becomes 0. Okay, so we get 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. All right, when we put f of x equals to 0 at critical point. Okay, so we set f prime of x equals to 0 to find the critical number. So if I put it is equals to 0, so I'm going to divide this whole term with 3. So we get x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals to 0. All right, so what we have to do the next? We have to, the critical numbers are, we have to find to factorize this term. When factorize this term, we get x squared minus x minus 3x and then plus 3 equals to 0. So I'm taking x minus 1 into x minus 3 into x minus 3, sorry, minus 1. This is, we have a minus 1 equals to 0. All right. So what we have to do, we have to take the turning points of this equation. Now we have the value x minus 1 and we have x minus 3, okay, equals to 0. So we have 2 points, get the 2 points, x equals to 1 and x equals to 3. So how we find out the turning points? So the critical numbers are x equals to 1 and x equals to 3. So I'm putting the values for, we have to calculate the y coordinates because we have the coordinates of x. So for y coordinates, so what we have to do? So I'm going to put the value of x in the function we have when we put x equals to 1. Okay, so what we have? F of 1 equals to, we have an x cube. So I'm put the 1 cube over here. And next we have 6 into 1 square. Then we have 9 into 1. And then we have minus 4. Okay. So if you see 1 minus 6 plus 7 minus 4. Alright, so 6, sorry, this is 9. Okay, so 9 and 10. So we get 10 minus 10 and we got 0. Okay, so what the first coordinate we have, and we have an x equals to 1, then y coordinate we will be 0. So what we have to do the next, when you put a term x equals to 3 in the function, what we get now, we have 3 cube minus 6 into 3 square. Then we have to put plus 9 into 3 minus 4. Okay, so what the value we have? 9, sorry, 20. We have over here we have 3 times 3, we get 27 minus 3 times 3, 2 times 3 is 9, 9 multiplied with 6, so we get 54 plus 27 minus 4. So the answer will be over here is minus 4, okay? As you can see that the answer will be minus 4. So the conclusion is the turning points we have is 1 and 0, and we have 3 and minus 4. Okay, so move to the next question. We have next question is describe the concavity of f at x equals to minus 3. So as you can see that from the parabola, this is parabola thumb up and this is parabola thumb down. So we have to find out the points, okay? The concavity of the f function at x equals to minus 3. So what we have to do in this question, so I am going to take the second derivative of the function. So as you know about the first derivative, we have to find in the previous question. The first derivative of this question is we have 3x squared, 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. Okay, in the previous question we have to find out the first derivative of these functions. Now I'm going to find out the second derivative of this function. We have 3 f the prime of x equals to 6x minus 12. Okay, and this constant becomes 0. So when you have to put the value of x is 3, now like I'm putting the value is minus 3. So what we have to get? Minus 3 minus 18. Okay, So the answer is minus, sorry, over here we have a 12. We have over here 12, okay? So now minus 18 and minus 12. So you get the answer is minus 30. All right, your answer is minus 30. So since the calculation, the conclusion of this question is that um, since we have a negative value of 30, so f of double prime of minus 3 is less than 0. So we can say that f of minus 3 is less than to 0. So the graph is the concave down, okay? So the graph will be shown in a concave down at x equals to minus 3, okay? So we have to move to the next question. In the next questions, what we have, okay? Now, the fourth question of the question number 9, 9.4 is draw the graph of function, label all the turning points and intercepts with the axis. Okay, so as you know that we have previously find out the turning points, which is we have a 1 and 0, and we have turning point 3 and minus 4. Okay, so for y-intercept, as you can see, when we set x equals to 0, we get minus 5, and the y-intercept is 0 and minus 4. 0 and minus 4 is the y-intercept. Okay, and so we get the another turning points. The x-intercept is r. For y-intercept, we have this one, and for x-intercepts, we have to find the values using when you set f of x equals to 0 and the function is equals to 0 and x equals to 4. So the next is the x-intercept we have the x-intercept we have 4, 0, and we have 1 and 0. Okay, when you put the f of x equals to 0, so f of x equals to x minus 4 and x minus 1 whole square equals to 0. So from this we get x equals to 4. So tangent at x equals to 1. So sketching, plot the label the points 1, 0. We have local maximum tangent to x axis and 3 and minus 4. Like I can show over here, the graph is, as you can see that we have a minus 4 point over there and 1 point over there and 4 positive point over there. Okay, so this graph shown be like that. Okay, so this is the 1 point at 0, 1, and we have minus 4 over there and positive 3 over there. So the point will be shown over here. Okay, the first point we have over here, so we started like that and then this. Okay, so when we connect the cubic curve, it is like a cubic curve. Okay, so move to the next question. We have, sorry, this is the 9.4 questions. So now the fifth part of this 9.1, calculate the maximum vertical distance between F and H for F1 less than X and X less than 3. So if we have the condition is h of x equals to minus 2 f prime of x. Okay, so how we solve to, we have to determine h of x first. So how we determine h of x? Okay, so we have h of x equals to minus 2 f prime of x means that the function, the first derivative of these functions, we have to multiply with minus 2. Okay, so we get the value of f of x. So I'm going to multiply minus 2 with the first derivative. We have 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. Okay, so we have minus 6x squared minus 4x minus 18. Okay, so this is, we have h of x. Okay, sorry, this is 12. This is, sorry, we have a 12, so 12 2 is 24 plus, because we have a minus and minus 2. So when we multiply minus with minus 12, minus 2 with minus 12, we get positive 24x. Okay, this is the value of h of x. Now we have to determine the distance function g of x for 1 less than x less than 3. Means that we have h of x greater or equals to f of x. So the vertical distance is d of x. We can say d of x equals to h of x minus f of x. Okay, so we get the difference, d of x, distance function. Okay, so we have to just minus the h of x. We have an h of x is minus x squared plus 24x minus 18. Okay, so this is the value of f of x we got. And with the value of function f of x, as you know, earlier we have x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x minus 4. Okay, so I'm just going to simplify the equation. We have 6x squared plus 24x minus 18. Okay, now I'm going to multiply this minus with this all terms. We get minus x cubed plus 6x squared minus 9x squared. Sorry, not x squared. We have an x. And minus plus 4x. Okay, so we have to write it like minus x cubed, because we have only term of x cubed over here. Now we have an x squared, this and this, so it's going to be cancel, and we have 24x, we have 4x, 9x, so 24 and 28, 28 minus 9, we get a number. Is that right? I'm over here. We have a 24x and 9 minus 9x. Okay. So it becomes like 24 minus. Did I repeat it? So yeah, sorry. I catch my mistake over here. I put the x over here. So that's why I'm confusing, like what the hell is. So we have 15x, okay? When we get 24x minus 9x, okay? Now we have minus 18 and plus 4. So we write over here minus 14. So this is, we have the distance of this function like h of x minus f of x, all right? So, we have to find the critical points of dx by setting the derivative of d of x equals to 0. Now we have to we take the derivative of this d of x and put it equals to 0 to find out the critical points, okay? So first of all, we have to take the derivative. So we have minus 3x squared plus 15. So this is the derivative. When I put it equals to 0, so what the value? Minus 3x squared plus 15. So I'm going to just take the 15 over here. We get minus 3x squared equals to minus 15. So x squared equals to minus 15 by minus 3. Okay, so as x squared equals to, we get, when we divided 3 by 15, we get 5, and I'm taking the square root on both sides, so we get the value of plus minus square root of 5. Okay, so the critical point in the interval of 1 less than x less than 3 is x equals to square root of 5. We take the positive value of x. Okay, we take the only positive value of x for critical points. So evaluate d of x at the critical point x equals to square root of 5. So we have to see the equation, what we have to get. Okay, so I'm putting the value in the equation of d of x. D of x equals to, we have the value of d of x is minus x cubed minus x cubed plus 15x plus 15x and minus 14. So I'm putting the value of square root of 5 positive. So minus into square root of 5 cube, cube plus 15 square root of 5 minus 14. Okay, so when you're going to simplify the equation, so we get over here 5 square root of 5 plus 15 square root of 5 minus 14. Okay, so what we have to do, we have the value is, after doing the simplification, we get it to be like, sorry, we have this minus value over here. I forget about this. We get 10 of 5 minus 14. Okay, so we can say that the maximum vertical distance is this. The maximum vertical distance is this. This is our answer. Okay. Now the question number 10, we have 10.1, A and B are mutually exclusive events if P of A is 0, 4, 2, and P of A or B is 0, 7, 9. So calculate P of B, okay? So this is the question is about probability, and we have a problem about mutually exclusive events. So what is the fundamental formula for the probability of the union of two mutually exclusive events? So for any two mutually exclusive events, like we have over here A and B, okay? The probability of A or B occurring is simply the sum of their individual probabilities. Like we have a P into A or B, and we say that it is equals to P of A plus P of B. All right. So since we can say that, since if P, we can write P into A intersection B equals to 0 for mutually exclusive events. So we need to find P of B. So we should rearrange the formula be like that. We have to rearrange the formula be like that. If we say that P of B, if we find P of B, okay? So P of B, if we find P of B, we arrange the formula be like that. P of B equals to P of A or B minus P of A. All right. So we have to substitute the values in this equation. So we have P of B equals to, we have the value of this function, which is 0.79 minus 0.42. So I'm going to write the answer after this fraction. So we get the answer is 0.37 P of B, which is the required we have to find out. Okay. So we have repeated this like we have A and B are mutually exclusive events. So we have P of A, this, and P of AB is equals to this. Okay. And we have to calculate P of B. We say that we have P or P of B is equals to the plus. And if I say the intersection of this equals to 0, so we have to find out P of B. So the formula of this P of B equals to P of A or B minus P of A. And we simply put the values in this equation and get the answer, okay? So the next question of the question number 10 is 10.2. A game at a fun park requires a player to roll a six-sided dice and pick a card from a deck of 52 cards. So a player wins if an odd number appears on the uppermost face of the dice, and the player also draw a picture card from the deck. So we have two probabilities over here. A deck of cards has four suits: heart, diamonds, spades, and clubs. There are four pictures cards: king, queen, jack, and ace in every suit. So a player pays R10 to play a game. Okay, R10 is pay to play a game in an hour. 260 people can each play one game if the owner wants to make a 70% profit per hour. Calculate the maximum amount that the owner must pay out to each winner. Okay? So the problem statement is like that. So we have the final goal is to find the maximum payout per winner. But we have to understand to determine the total money available for payouts. Okay. Firstly, we have to find out this. Okay. So the total income and profit. So first of all, we say that we have to find the total income. So if we know the total income, then we say that how much they pay the winners, the owner pay to the winners. Okay. So the total income and profit. So we can say that the total number of the games is 260. Okay. And each cost are 10. Total number of games. Number of games, which is equals to 260. And each cost is R10. All right. So the total income, we can say that the total income, we have to multiply 260 with R10. So the answer is R 2600. Okay. So the owner wants a 70% profit. Okay. The owner wants a 70% profit. So how we can say that? So we say that required profit. Okay. The required profit, we can say that is 70%, so we convert it into 0.70 and we have to multiply with this R2600. Okay. So we have to get the required profit is R1820. After getting the the owner total income is R2600 and the required profit is we have a 70% multiply with this. So we'd say that the required profit is R1820. So the second thing we have to find out the total payout budget. Okay, so the total payout budget is the total amount available for payouts. Is the total income minus the required profit. So we can say that the total payouts equals to we have R2600, okay, and minus R the required profit we have 1820. So the total payouts we get are 780. Okay, these are the total payouts we have to get. Now, the third thing is we have to find the probability of winning. Okay, so a win requires two independent events, an odd die roll and a picture card. So the odd and six probability of winning. Okay, we say that probability of winning. Probability of winning is if we have P odd and die roll. Okay, we can write it like P odd and die roll. Okay, so the odd numbers on a six-sided die are we say that is 1, 3, and 5. Okay, there are three favorable outcomes out of 6 total, so we can write it P odd equals to 3 by 6 equals to 1 by 2. Okay, so we can say that the picture P into picture card, P into picture card. So for P into picture card, we say that there are 4 suites and 4 pictures card, which is K, Q, J, A are pursued. Okay, we have K, Q, J, and A. Okay, pursuit. Okay, so the total picture card equals to total picture cards equals to 4 suites multiply with 4 cards, okay, and divided with suit, okay. So what we have to get? We have to get 16 cards. All right. So what we have to do the next? We have like we can say that the picture we can write picture is 16 by 52. All right. So simplify the card probability. Both 16 and 52 are divisible by 4. So I'm just going to simplify. It becomes 4 and 4 by 13. So we can say that the overall probability of winning is P1, is the product of the independent probabilities. And we can say that like P win equals to, we can say if P odd multiply with P picture. Okay. So what we have in this, we got 1 by 2 multiply with 1 by 2 multiply with 4 by 13 and we get 4 by 26, which is equals to 2 by 13. Okay, so the number of winner, if 260 people play, the expected number of winners is P win multiplied by the number of players. Okay, so what we have to get? Uh, we have expected number of winners. Okay, we have expected number of winners, which is equals to P win multiply with 260. All right. So P win we have it equals to 2 by 13 multiply with 260. So what we have, the final answer is 40. Okay, when we have 3 2's 26, and we get over here 20, and it becomes 40. So expected number of winners is 40 people. So now we have to find out the maximum payout per winner. Okay, so for this I calculate the maximum payout per winner by dividing the total payouts by the expected number of winners. Okay, so the maximum payout we say equals to total payout divided by, we can say, the expected number of winners. Number of winners. So what is the total payouts we have? We have R780 divided by 40 people. So the maximum payouts is we have 19.5. We have R equals to 19 point, sorry, which is, we have maximum payout is 19.50. All right, so the maximum amount of the owner must pay out of each winner is this. Okay, or 19.50. So this is the answer of this question. So the next question, we have question number 11, the last question. So consider the three-digit numbers from 501 up to 999. Okay, so 11.1 is how many of these three-digit numbers have exactly 1 5 in them? And the second question is that 11.2, calculate the probability of three-digit numbers not satisfying the condition given in the question 11.1. So let's move to the question 1, which is 11.1. How many these three digits are we have exactly 1 5 in them? All right. So we are considering numbers from 5012 to 999. And since the range starts with 5, the position of single 5 is critical. We must break this into a mutually exclusive cases based on the position of the digit 5. So if I say that we have a case 1, okay? So I say that the 5 is in hundreds place. I say the 5 is at hundreds place. So I can write it like 5AB. All right. So the hundreds digit is fixed as 5 one way, okay? So since we need exactly one five, so the tens of A and units B digit cannot be B. So tens of A, if we say that tens of A, sorry, tens, tens digit, okay? Digit of A equals to 10 digit totals. 10 digit totals be like, we can say that be like 0 1 up to so on 9, okay? So excluding 5, 5, so there are 9 possibilities, okay? We have 9 possibilities over here. All right. So if we have units digit B, unit digits, we say B, okay? So what we have 10 digits total, and excluding 5, we have 9 possibilities too in this, okay? We have 9 possibilities in this. And total case for 1, total for case 1, we say that, which is 1 multiply with 9 multiply with 9, because we have both 9 possibilities on tens digit A and units digits B. So we get 81 numbers, okay? So for case 2, if I say for case 2, what we have the case 2? The 5 is in the tens place for case 2, okay? We say 5 is in the unit place. All right? Like I say that C5D. So the tens digit is fixed as 5 1B. Okay? The units digit D cannot be 5 9 waves. Okay? For this. 5 is fixed is 1 way, and unit digit D cannot be 5 9 ways. The hundreds digit C must be in the range of 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, this is the range, but cannot be 5. Cannot be 5. So the hundreds digits C, the 100 digits, so we have to write the possibilities is 100 digit, we can say D. We have a possibilities like we have the number 6 7 8 9. So we have 4 possibilities. All right. So unit digit, we have D. Sorry, we have, this is C. Okay, this is D. So we have 10 digits excluding 5. Okay, 10 digits excluding. We can say without 5. So we also have over here 9 possibilities. Okay, so the total for case 2 possibilities becomes total possibilities for case 2 which is, we say 4 multiply 1 multiply 9, we get 36 numbers. Okay, so let's take another possibilities. We have case 3. We take three cases. Okay, so how we take now? We take the case of 3. Okay, now what is the case of 3? The 5 is in units place. I say that the 5 is in unit place. We can write like EF5. Okay. So the unit digits is fixed as 5 for one way. The tenth digit F. Okay. 10 digit F cannot be 5 in 9 ways. We have 9 ways like in this. The 100 digit must be in the range of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, as you know, but cannot be 5. Okay. So the 100 digit we have is the 100 digit, sorry, E. Okay, we can say that it is, we have the 6, 7, 8, 9 possibilities. It becomes 4 possibilities over here. And if we say the 10th digit, 10th digit is F. So I can say that 10th digit as the excluding 5, we have 9 possibilities. Okay, so the total possibilities for case 3 is also be like case 2. Total for case 3 is also be like case 1. 4 multiplied by 9 plus 1, so we get 36 numbers. So we sum the totals for all 3 cases to get the final answer. So we get total all cases. We have 3 cases, so we have 81 plus 36 plus 36. All right, these are the cases. We get answer is after 153. So the number of 3-digit numbers with exactly 15 is 153. Okay. So what is the next question in this? They say over here we have the question 11.111. Now they say 11.2, calculate the probability of 3-digit number. Okay, not satisfying this 11.1, the condition given in question. So we have to calculate the probability of 3-digit numbers. Okay, so let's find out. So this is the complementary probability question. So we want P not of A, where A is event having exactly 15. We use the formula like we have P into not A, okay, equals to 1 minus P of A. So we have included the step 1. We have to calculate the total number of outcomes. Total number of outcomes. So I say this N. Okay. So the number runs from 501 to 900. Okay. 501 to 999. So how we can write N equals to 999 minus 501 plus 1. So what we get? We get 499. So we say that N equals to 499. So the step 2, we can say that like state the probability of event A. Okay. For the second step, we have set up a new tab, like we have a probability of event A into P of A. So the number of favorable outcomes for A is 153 from 11.1. Okay, so we can write P of A equals to, we say that favorable outcomes divided by total outcomes. So the favorable outcomes we have is 153 and the total outcomes we have 499. This is our P of A. Now for this we get calculate the complementary probability that P or not A. Okay. So how we calculate this? So the probability of not having exactly 1,5, we have the formula which is 1 minus P of A. Okay, so I'm putting the just formula 1 minus 153 by 499, and I'm just going to simplify this equation. We have 499 minus 153 divided by 499, and the answer is 346 by 499. This is P naught of A. Okay. So we have to convert this into the decimals. We have divided it. The answer is we get 0.69338. And when you round about this question, so we have answer is 0.69. Okay, approximately we have this answer not of A. Okay, so we can say that for 11.2, the probability is 346. The probability is 346 by 499, which is equals to, we can say that 0.69. Okay, so this is the answer of the last question 11. Thank you.